שלום, טובה וברכה, חיים, חן וחסד ורחמים, שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חיים, חן וחסד ורחמים, שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חיים, חן וחסד ורחמים, שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חיים, חן וחסד.
Oops, little bump there. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. So wonderful to have you with us on this October 23rd, Erev Shabbat. I think it's the 6th of Cheshvan today. We're well into the month of supposedly nothing very dramatic or special going on in the Jewish world. A perfect time to have a family bar mitzvah, which our family is celebrating this week. I'm sure you'll hear a little bit more about that later, but I want to welcome Rabbi Kupitz. Shalom, Rabbi.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So glad that you are here with us as we celebrate Shabbat tonight and as we celebrate with Ben and the Bush family as he becomes bar mitzvah this Shabbat, a long-awaited, delayed service celebration. And we're going to get ourselves started here. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to begin with Lecha Dodi. So let me just...
I think we're going to be...
with...
Shalom Aleichem.
Yeah. I just said the wrong thing. With Shalom Aleichem. That's what I have on the screen.
You know, those Kabbalists,
they're all, they're both Kabbalistic
messages.
texts. So here we go. It's up on the screen. Shalom Alechem Malachei Hasharet Malchei Elyon Mimelech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu Vochem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malchei elyon, mimelech, malchei amlachim, hakadosh, baruch hu, hakadosh, baruch hu, baruch hu l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Yadadai with me. Yadadai, yadadai. Die, 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 die. Ya da da die, 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 die.
die, 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 die. Seidchem l'shalom, Malachei hashalom, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim, Hakadosh, Baruch Hu, Hakadosh, Baruch Hu. One more time, everybody here. Da 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 da. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Die, die, die. Da 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 da. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Die, die, die.
We now are going to turn to the blessing of our Shabbat lights. I believe we're asking Lisa Bush there to help to lead us there. Hi, Lisa. Shabbat Shalom.
You want this? Page 2, Rabbi?
Page 2.
Hold on. It hasn't moved? Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
So Lisa may be on page 3, but yeah.
Okay. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We're going to continue with Lecha Dodi, but before we do so, and it is already up on your screen, but before, and that's for those at home with your own books, pages 20 and 21. But before we go into Lecha Dodi, we take a moment to reflect on the week that has passed, to spend a moment on each day, its challenges and its blessings. Going back to last Shabbat, working our way through the week, then we'll come back together and sing Lecha Dodi. Take a deep breath as we release the week that has been and we transition into Shabbat, Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nehekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nehekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echan Hishme'anu El Hamyuchan Adonai Echad Ushmo Echad L'Shem Multiferet Velit Chila לחדודי לקראת קלי, אללי, 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 פני שבת להקבלה. לחדודי לקראת קלי, אללי, 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 פני שבת להקבלה. לקראת שבת לכוון אלך, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם ניסוחה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לקדודי לקראת קלי, אללי, 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 פני שבת להקבלה. לחדודי לקראת קלי, אללי, 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 פני שבת להקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך ומאורי, אורי, אורי, שדברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לקדודי לקראת קלי, אללי, 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 פני שבת להקבלה. לקדודי לקראת קלי, אללי, 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 פני שבת להקבלה. בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמונה עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לחדודי לקראת קלי, אללי, 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 פני שבת להקבלה. לחדודי לקראת קלי, אללי, 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 פני שבת להקבלה.
We continue with Chatzi Kaddish on page 26. I invite Ben Bush to lead us.
Yikada v'yikada shemei rabba Be'alma divera hirutei v'amlich malchutei Becha yechon yom echon u'chayedecho v'Yisrael Bagala Ovidman Kariv Veimeru Amen Yehi Shemei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Ulamei Almayah Yibarach Yibarach V'yishtabach V'yipa'ar V'yidromam V'yinaseh V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal Shemei d'Kudesha barihu Le'ela mikol birchata V'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Da'amiram be'alma V'imeru Amen.
We continue with our call to prayer, Baruch Hu, on page 28. If you're in a place that you can do so in your home, I invite you to please rise. Otherwise, maybe sit up a little straighter where you're sitting. And Ben will lead us first in reading Baruch Hu, and then we will sing it together even apart together as we sing in our own homes.
Baruch et Adonai Havorach, Baruch Adonai Havorach le'olam va'ed. Praise Adonai to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai to whom praise is due now and forever.
Yada dai dai dai, 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 yada dai dai dai. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch Hu at Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed, Le'olam va'ed. Yada dai dai dai, 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 yada dai dai dai.
Last three lines in the Hebrew on page 30.
El chai v'kayam, tamidim lo chaleinu le'olam va'en, Baruch ata Adonai, Amariv, Aravi.
Amen. Page 32. We continue with Ahavat Olam. And Sammy Bush will lead us.
I got a whole pit crew over here. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Havta. Torah to mitzvot, Pukim upishmatim, Otanu limadeta. Al kain Adonai Eloheinu v'shokbeinu uvkumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nizman b'divrei Toratecha u'mitzvotecha leolam va'ed ki em chayenu Ve'orech yameinu Uvachem negei yomam v'layla Negei yomam v'layla Ve'achavat chal tasir Mimeinu le'olamim, Baruch ata Adonai, Ohev Israel.
Thank you, Sammy. And we're going to continue with Shema Yisrael on page 34 and 35. Ben's going to read first, and then we'll sing together.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Adonai Echad. Adonai Echad.
We're going to continue with Ve'ahavta on page 36. Ben will once again lead us.
Ve'afta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinatam levanecha, v'diparta bam, v'shivtecha bevetecha, uvlechtecha v'aderech, u'sholchbecha uvkumecha, u'shartam le'od al yadecha, hayu letotafod beinenecha. Uksavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tiskeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yichem kadoshim lelochehem ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzei etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem, Emet.
We continue with on page 39, and then in a moment on page 40 with Micha Mocha. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there's a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there, except by joining hands, marching together.
Mi chamocha, bailim Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar b'kodesh, norati lo, osei fele. Mi chamocha, bailim Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar b'kodesh, norati lo, osei fele. Malchutecha uvanecha, bokeyam lifnei boket u'Miriam. Ze Eli anu. Ve'ameru Adonai, imloch le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha, bailim Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar b'kodesh, norah tehilot, osei feleh. Norah tehilot, osei feleh. Norah tehilot, osei feleh. V'ne'emar kifad Adonai et Yaakov ugalo me'ad chazak mimenu baruch ata Adonai gal Israel.
Amen. We continue with Hashkivenu as we ask God that every night we're able to lie down with a sense of shalom, of wholeness and peace, and rise up lechaim with an embrace of life and the possibilities of each day.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. Ve'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha. Amen. Shelter us now. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right, O Adonai. Amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen. Amen. One more in the amens. Amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen. Amen. Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. Ve'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha. Amen. Thank you, boy.
We continue giving thanks for Shabbat. Join in singing Vishamru, page 4.
Veshamru b'nei Israel et HaShabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Continue on page 46 as we begin our Amidah. Again, if you're in a place that it's comfortable to do so, I invite you to rise, and I invite Ben Bush to lead us.
Adonai sefatach tiftachu fi yagid tehilateha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu. Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, V'Hanara, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh hakol, v'zocher hasdei avot v'imahot, u'mevi geula livnei v'nehem, leman shemot b'hava, melech ozer u'moshiach u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekain Avraham v'ezrat Sarah. Atagi bor le'olam Adonai, Mechai hakol atah, Rav lehoshia, Mashif haruach, Umarid hagashem, Mechalkel chaim v'chesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofech olim, Umitom Rasurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishanei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevuro, Umidom Elah, Melech Memidu Mechaye, Umatmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman atah l'chachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechai hakol hakol.
Page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo.
Ha'el HaKadosh. Please take a few moments for silent prayer for the text of your own heart, and then there will be a musical offering by Dr. Randy Polivoy.
Oops. There we go.
Shabbat Shalom, Randy.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom to all the TBI people out there watching. I didn't know Cantor Paul was going to be opening with Shalom Aleichem, because that's the tune I chose. So you get to hear it again in the traditional setting, more or less. And the word Shalom Aleichem literally mean peace be with you or peace be upon you. It's a traditional song sung by Jews every Friday night, traditionally upon returning home from synagogue. And it also welcomes the angels that accompany a person home on the eve of Shabbat. And I, in researching a little bit about this prayer, found an interesting story. There is actually a teaching in the Talmud that two angels accompany people who are coming home from Shabbat, a good angel and an evil angel. If the house has been properly prepared for Shabbat, the table has been set, lights have been kindled, the good angel utters a blessing, and the evil angel is forced to respond, Amen. But if the house is not prepared properly, the candles aren't lit, the table isn't prepared, the evil angel expresses a wish that next Shabbat be the same, and the good angel is forced to say, Amen. So, dueling angels there. I'm taking the traditional tune and subjecting it to three variations, and both in honor of the Shabbat and in honor of Ben Bush's upcoming bar mitzvah tomorrow. Shalom Aleichem.
Thank you, Randy. Beautiful. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This week, just last week, if you recall, if you were with us, we began a new cycle of Torah. We read from Bereshit, from the very beginning of the creation story. And this week we read Noach. We read the story of Noah. And I want to share a little bit about that today. Noah and his family were stuck in the ark for a year and 1 week. And in many ways, it's the first recorded story of quarantine. I suspect that Noah and his family were tired of the restrictions, but they had no option but to remain in their floating home along with all the other living things. We too have tired of the pandemic, the seemingly endless stay at home, the mask, the social distancing. They're all burdens. We don't want to hear the daily listing of the number of infections and deaths. We have learned to use Zoom as the medium of our contact with others, but we so long to be face to face with others in conversation, to have the joy of physical contact with family and friends. And understandably skeptical of claims that we are rounding the corner. God, tiring of human transgression and of the social order filled with violence, regrets having created Adam and Eve, and yet God is not quite ready to give up on humanity. God selects Noah, his sons, and their families to survive the flood and build the ark, for which they would ultimately exit and begin to rebuild the world. The raging rains lasted for 40 days and 40 nights, and it took many months until the waters abated and the ark came to rest on Mount Ararat. Noah exits with God's directions ringing in his ears. You are to rebuild the world and to create a new and moral social order. These are no small task, no minor challenges for Noah and his family. Rebuilding the totally devastated world was undoubtedly a daunting and perhaps even felt like an impossible task. It's very much what we will be facing once the pandemic abates. Hopefully, vaccines will be effective, and we will, over time, emerge out of our quarantines and isolation and begin slowly to pick up our pre-COVID lives. But even then, children who have lost many, many months of classroom instruction, the small business owners who have to rebuild their employees, far too many of whom have been reduced to poverty, they all symbolize the daunting challenges that will be facing us. Rebuilding economies and healing our many physical and social wounds will not be easy. It will require fortitude and patience. Hopefully, our response will not emulate that of Noah. He, faced with monumental challenges of rebuilding, plants a vineyard, makes wine, and falls into a drunken stupor. He escapes from the world. We all know the feeling of being overwhelmed and the desire to find outlets that deflect, but for a moment or longer, the task that are before us. Yet the biblical account of Noah and the flood should give us hope. It required a great deal of patience to get through that year in the ark. And the story ends with Noah's family ultimately exiting, and despite Noah's negligence, beginning to rebuild the world and rebuild their lives. We have no way of knowing when we will reach our Mount Ararat, and we can emerge from our homes to pick up the pieces and move forward. But the story of Noah and the great flood teaches us not to abandon hope. And that when the time comes, we need to work together to rebuild and refashion our world. Let us have the fortitude and determination to emerge from this difficult and long trial to make the world tomorrow and all of our future a far better day for everyone. Shabbat Shalom. We are now going to move to our Mishaberach. I'm just sharing it with you. And sorry, it's a little slow, but I'll get it up there. Here we go. Okay.
O Holy One, who blessed our mothers, blessed our fathers from ancient days, bless and heal those in our hearts. Hear our prayer as we say their names. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yimalei Rachamim Aleihem, Lehaksikam Ulrapeotam, Veishlach Lahem Refuah Shlema, Refuat HaNefesh, Refuat HaGuf, Tok Sha'ar Cholei Yisrael. Bless and keep those in our hearts, and hear our prayers as we say their name.
We ask for blessings upon Rebecca Gilman, Bela Pasternak, Hannah Fields Austin, Aaron Goichenberg, Sue Tobak, Alicia Goldfarb, Paula Steinbach, Roslyn Lefkowitz, Helen Weinfeld, Gabrielle Silton, Pam Poliakoff, Connie Shapiro, Kathy Blumenfeld, Gloria Austin, Caitlin Antrim, Judith Bosworth, Kathy Brewster, Doug Austin, David Bush, Stephanie Holland, Mark Goldberg, Maureen Fenton, Jennifer Rudin, Susan Groer, Charity Razorday, James Stead, Ed Ansell, Marion Snyders, Kimberly Zimmerman, Lori Snyder, Brad Holland, Isley Holland, Jacob McNaughton, Bernie Carmatz, Mike Klein, Beatrice Caden, Meg Silton, Ken Mitchell, Linda Jones, Henry Gerard, Kirby Perkins, Brenda Foung Gerard, Serena Postal, Laura Morse, John Hodges, Brian DeSatnik, Nancy Brewster, Cynthia Tolentino, Sarah Cohen, and all those who you carry in your hearts and your minds and in our extended communities.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yimalei Rachamim Aleihem. Oh, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their names.
I'd like to call upon Lauren Nemeth, who is with us here as a representative from our Board of Trustees,
Father.
share some announcements with you.
Father.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Got the whole
Shalom.
family here tonight. Thank you, Rabbi Kupitz, for your always thoughtful words, and Cantor Paul and Randy Polavoy for your beautiful music, and for another great online service. Also, thank you to Ben Bush for helping lead the service tonight, and for Lisa and Sammy for their contributions to the service, and a mazel tov to Ben on his bar mitzvah this weekend. All right, a few activities that are coming up. Tammy Schneider and Gary Gilbert present the fourth and final session of the class, Love Your Neighbor or Not. This session reflects on how the Bible and Jewish tradition teach us about relationships between Jews and non-Jews and confronting the pain and consequences of racial injustice. It's on Wednesday, October 28th at 7:15 p.m. Also, an I Engage video lecture series, Together and Apart, The Future of Jewish Peoplehood, a course from the Shalom Hartman Institute, is facilitated by Rabbi Kupitz. It addresses the complexity of Jewish peoplehood and the contemporary challenges it faces in Israel and North America. Each Tuesday until December 15th, also 7:15 p.m. And Cantor Bush and Rabbi Kupitz will be presenting Introduction to Judaism starting this Wednesday, October 28th at 7:15 p.m. It is 18 weeks. The Teacher Cindy Legacy Campaign continues until November 1st. We are still accepting donations. And lastly, Beit Sefer is up and running, and TBI Virtual Preschool is also up and running. So for more details about any of these events and other happenings at TBI, visit the website at www.tbipomona.org or check us out on Facebook. Also, you can read your Kahila, and also very useful are the weekly updates via email. I wish you all a week of peace. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Lauren. Thank you so much. And I always like to let people know sort of the next thing. This time we have two next things. We have you received emails of how to log in and tune into the Bush Bar Mitzvah tomorrow. And then tomorrow evening, we have Havdalah at 7 p.m. on our regular Zoom Siyum channel. You can look at your congregational email for the link. Any other announcements, Cantor Paul, that you want to add?
No, I just thank you for mentioning that our congregation, our community is welcome to join us virtually tomorrow for Ben's Bar Mitzvah. If you are in the habit of using our Facebook feed for Shabbat, for High Holy Days, if you go there tomorrow morning, you will not find the Bar Mitzvah there. Please go to our alternative page, which was in the email, and it's called TBI Pomona Private. All one word, TBI Pomona Private, facebook.com, TBI Pomona Private. Those of you also in our community at least have received the Zoom link in email, but if you do watch on Facebook, you can access it on the TBI Pomona Private page, not the regular TBI Pomona page. And in addition, it will be on YouTube and StreamSpot, so if you use our YouTube feed, you can find it there. And it's on Vimeo too, but I don't know what the link is, then I'm not going to share that. So look forward to seeing everybody there. Shabbat Shalom. Rabbi,
Shabbat
I'm sorry,
Shalom.
can I mention one more thing?
Of course.
So I did post on our Facebook page that TBI has long been involved. Really, we were one of the founding communities of the Inland Valley Interfaith Working Group for Mideast Peace. They are having a virtual event this Sunday in lieu of our Walk for Peace, which we've done the past 11 years. This will be the 12th annual. So if you are interested, check out the TBI Facebook page, and you can find the link to the virtual event, which begins at 12:45 and will feature live from Eretz Yisrael and Palestine, representatives of Abrahamic Reunion, peacemakers on the ground in the Middle East to share their perspective, and there will also be some other aspects to the program you may find of interest. So check that out. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Cantor Paul. And again, Mazal Tov to your family and especially to Ben. And we are going to now turn to Aleinu L'Shabeach, which is on page 282. But give me 1 second, Cantor, to get the Siddur book page up there. So
I will play a prelude to Aleinu L'Shabeach.
all right.
I will play a prelude to Aleinu L'Shabeach.
It's up. You can go.
Aleinu L'Shabeach Ladon HaKol לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Rabbi, you're muted.
Thank you. As we turn to Kaddish, we take a moment to remember those who have been important in our lives and have left this earth, those who have died in recent days or at this time in years past. Before we read the names of those on our list, I would also mention that you should have received an email today about Hal Metlitsky's brother, Ivor, who passed away in Australia, and they're having a shiva on Sunday at 6 p.m. that I will be helping facilitate. So the funeral hasn't taken place yet, but will take place Sunday morning in Australia, and we'll be gathering here Sunday evening on Zoom. So you should have received that today if you're on our regular passing in the community notifications. We remember the recent deaths of George Lemberger, husband of Jean Pidge Lemberger. We remember Marta Zamora, mother of Victoria Lobis. Remember the Yortzites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Ruth Axelrod, Warren Friedlander, Nellie Glick, Rose Goldman, Rabbi Avi Levine, Dorothy Sessler Bach, Isidore Weinshank, Kasuma Chapman, Joe Eisman, Betty H. Fink, Sylvia Saltzman, Rose Teitelbaum, Hans Kosen, Gary Aaron Davidson, Kate Grossman, Annabelle Medvin, Anne Van Grove, Sophie Berger, Diana Berman, Mayor Franks, Bertha Geller, Marilyn Abramson, Bessie Pauline Bellman, Rose Gitterman, Peggy Herbert, Herbert Lewis, Milton Lobis, Kate Mark, Jerome Weinworm, Sarah Fisher, Bessie Goldstein, Harold Horowitz, Elishiva Murrick, Joseph Resnick, Isaac Sevi, Morris J. Weiss, Francis Wildenberg, Esther Krug, Yolanda Mendoza, and Hyman Rosen. If you're remembering somebody and you'd like to share their names with others who are gathered with us today, you can share their name in the Facebook chat. We join in the words of Kaddish, which are on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayachon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael v'agalau v'zman kari v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dukudasha brichu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be for a blessing. We're going to conclude with Biyado, page 321.
Beyado of Kiduchi, Ve'eni shan ve'a'ira, Ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira, Ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira. My soul I give to you, my spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Safely in your hand. Beyado of Kiduchi, Ve'edishan ve'a'ira, Ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira, Ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira.
Shabbat Shalom. If you've got a cup of wine or juice nearby, you can grab it as we make Kiddush and then Motzi.
So we are blessed to have the entire Mishpacha Buch present. My dad has made it from the East Coast to join us, and he's going to stand over there so we maintain our social distancing. Lisa will show him. Sorry about that, but gotta be safe here. So here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit Hihu yom techila lemikrae kodesh zechar letziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta v'kol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha Be'ava uvratzon inchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat L'chaim.
L'chaim. If you have some challah, you can grab some challah.
Hallelujah. Here it comes. So we can, here, B, come here. Benjamin gets to start us off.
Baruch
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz B'tei Avon. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thanks so much for being with us. See you soon.
See you in the morning.